एक मंच जहां मिलती है महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां।
सवाल हो और जवाब दूं।
एक मंच जहां होते हैं हंसी और ठहाके।
वाह।
एक मंच जहाँ होती हैं चर्चाएं।
दूसरी वाली आपको नहीं समर्पित करूंगा।
नहीं कीजिए, बड़े स्पोर्टिंग।
आप पहले सुन लीजिए, उसके बाद कहिएगा आपको चाहिए समर्पण कि नहीं चाहिए।
एक मंच जहां मिलेगा लोकप्रिय संगीत।
और इन सब के बीच एक ऐसा मंच जहां मिलता है सब कुछ। लॉग ऑन कीजिए www.radioudan.com और जुड़ जाइए हमारे साथ।
Hello दोस्तों, are you looking for positivity and enthusiasm in life? Then don't worry. This brand new show called Inspirational Wings is just for you. So guys, to enjoy this beautiful ride video on RJ Divya, don't forget to tune us every Thursday 9 to 10 only on Radio Udaan.
गुड इवनिंग, नमस्ते एंड सत श्री अकाल। मैं हूं आपके होस्ट एंड दोस्त आरजे दिव्या शर्मा और आप सुन रहे हैं इंस्पिरेशनल विंग्स ओनली ऑन रेडियो उड़ान, अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ। दोस्तों, लिसनर्स, I hope you all are doing great. You all are doing fantastic. But even if you are feeling low or not well, then don't worry. This inspirational ride is just to make you feel up, to make you feel positive and enthusiastic. So before I start this ride, I have to remind you that for your instant messages, views or feedbacks, you can log into your Skype ID and add us. Our Skype ID is Radio Udaan. I am right here to answer your queries, to entertain your feedbacks and views. So now let us step in our very first segment. And as you all know, this segment is all about a moral story or an educative one. So today, the title of our story is What is Important? Once, a master was strolling through a field of wheat when a disciple came up to him and asked, I can't tell which is the true path. I really can't. What's the secret, master? What does that ring on your right hand means? Asked the master. Well, my father gave it to me before dying. It's really important to me. Well, give it to me then, said the master. The disciple obeyed, and the master tossed the ring into the middle of the field of wheat. Now what? Shouted the disciple. He again shouted, Now what? Now I have to stop doing everything I was doing just to look for the ring. It's important to me. It's really important. When you find it, remember this. You yourself answered the question you asked me. That is how you tell the true path. It is more important than all the rest, said the master. So listeners, the moral of this short story is the most important, significant thing is to find out the right path or a goal in life, and only then you can devote yourself to it. You can put in your efforts in that direction. So this was the story. What is more important? What is important? तो पहले अपना गोल चुनिए, पाथ ढूंढिए और उसके बाद आपकी डिवोशन अपने आप उसमें आने लगेगी और आप अपने आप सफल होते चलेंगे. तो द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज टू फाइंड आउट द पाथ एंड देन पुट इन योर एफर्ट्स इन दैट डायरेक्शन. तो चलिए इस मोटिवेशनल से नोट पे बने रहिए. अब मैं लेने जा रही हूँ एक म्यूजिकल ब्रेक एंड आई विल मीट यू आफ्टर दिस शॉर्ट म्यूजिकल ब्रेक. एंड कमिंग अप नेक्स्ट इन दिस second segment is an audio, a beautiful audio which can help you improve your life. So dosto, stay tuned. I'll be back just after this short musical break. Keep motivating and keep inspiring. मैं हूँ आपकी हुस्न दोस्त आरजे दिव्या शर्मा, right from नियानंगल स्टूडियो. Happy listening.
शीशे का समंदर है अपना दिल, पानी की दीवारें है अपना दिल. मेरे जैसा कभी यहाँ कोई नहीं, मुझे पता है तू कल सोई नहीं, सबको पता है तुझे हो गया लव, सच्ची बता दे हो गया बेबी गर्ल, बड़ी चटोरी दिन दिहाड़े दिल की चोरी करती है तू नॉन स्टॉप, बेबी या मां सुपर पॉप. तुम घर हम हो जाते मैं और तुम घर हम हो जाते
आवाज की दुनिया के प्यारे साथियों, क्या आप उन पर्सनैलिटीज से मुखातिब होना चाहते हैं, उन लोगों से रूबरू होना चाहते हैं जिन्होंने अपनी जिंदगी में कोई न कोई मकाम हासिल किया है, कोई अचीवमेंट हासिल की है? अगर ऐसा है तो आप रेडियो उड़ान पर सुने प्रोग्राम एक मुलाकात मेरे यानी अमित भट्ट के साथ, हर शुक्रवार रात 9 से 10 और शनिवार शाम 4 से 5 आपके अपने ऑनलाइन रेडियो स्टेशन रेडियो उड़ान पर एक मुलाकात।
आप सुन रहे हैं इंस्पिरेशनल विंग्स आरजे दिव्या के साथ।
तो दोस्तों आइए बढ़ते हैं आगे इस सेकंड सेगमेंट में, और यहाँ पे as I told you before, I am going to play a beautiful audio and it will help us all in improving our life in different ways. So दोस्तों, listen to this audio very carefully and I hope that it will help each one of us. So here I am going to play this audio for you. I found it beautiful and helpful, so sharing it with my listeners, beautiful listeners. I'll meet you after this clip. Listen carefully.
Let's talk about engaging in high-energy activities. There are activities that we do every day that are energy-enhancing activities. Fun exercise is one of them. You know, it's funny. I had a woman the other day. I was out speaking somewhere. She says to me, you know what, Dr. Plasker, I would exercise, but I hate to exercise. I said, well, what do you do? She says, well, I run. I hate to run. I said, well, running's not your only option, is it? She says, no, but that's just kind of what I thought. I used to run all the time, and, you know, now I just decided that I hate running. It hurts my knees, it hurts my ankles, it hurts my feet. I just don't like running. I said, well, there's a lot of other options. How about taking an exercise class? How about going to yoga? How about riding a bike? How about going for a power walk? I said, do you like to be outside? She said, I love to be outside. I said, do you like walking? She said, I love walking. So I said, then why don't you walk? Oh, but, you know, I used to run, and now if I'm walking, I feel like I'm not exercising. Well, this is a great time to change your mind and change how you think about exercising and start to do the things that you really like. And you know what? She said, I decided, you know what would make walking fun? If I did it in a nature-oriented environment rather than running. See, when I ran, I used to always run on the road. And so now I go for a walk on the road and I just don't like it. So I said, is there a park near you? Absolutely, there's a park near me. I said, do you like it? She said, sure, I love going to the park. I said, so why don't you make your exercise routine walking at the park? She said, you know what, that's a great idea. She sent me an email a couple of weeks later. She was having a blast. Not only that, she started doing it with a group of friends. And so now it becomes what we call a meeting on the move, where they have a friendship session where they gather and they do it on the move. And it's great. And she really fell in love with exercising again. So fun exercise, very important. Getting 6 to 8 hours of restful sleep every night. Sleep is very, very, very important. If you're not rested, it's hard to have high energy. The one thing that you will find, which I'm excited about in this section, is that you will find that if you really adapt these energy enhancers and you let go of these energy drainers, you'll probably need less sleep than you think you do. It's important, however, that when you do sleep, that you get good quality sleep. Many people don't realize that having a good bed is one of the best investments that you could make. When I was doing my research for the 100-year lifestyle, I went and shopped around for a lot of different kinds of beds, and I laid on a lot of different beds. My personal favorite was the Select Comfort bed. And let me tell you what I really liked about it. I liked the fact that I could change the pressure or the firmness of the mattress to support how I felt that day when I went to bed. So, for example, if I had a real stressful day and my body was just really exhausted, I found that I could lower the firmness of my mattress and sink into my mattress a little bit, and I found that I slept better. I also found that there were times where I liked my mattress a little more firm, so I could vary the intensity of the firmness of my mattress, and I really liked that. I also found as a practicing chiropractor that my patients, I would watch them over time and see their posture change over time. It's a nice thing to be able to vary the firmness of your mattress as your posture changes as you age. So whether it's a Select Comfort mattress on a Sleep Number bed or any other type of mattress where you can vary the firmness, that's going to become an important thing to you as you age, because there's no question about it that your posture changes over time. So rather than have to go out and buy a new bed every 3 to 5 to 7 years, you can just change your Sleep Number and vary your posture. Another reason why having a good bed that fits your posture is so important is most people don't realize that if you sleep 8 hours a night and you live for 100 years, you're going to spend 33 1/3 years of your life in a bed. That's a lot of time sleeping. That's not including, I don't know about you, but if you ever have done anything else in a bed other than sleeping, that adds more time that you're spending in the bed. So having a good bed becomes one of the most important investments that you could make for your long-term well-being. Additional things that are high-energy activities include meaningful work, quality time with family and friends, volunteerism and being active in community service, yoga, power centering, Pilates, getting a new pet, high-energy activity if you like animals, doing change of pace activities like holding staff meetings outside or going on a meeting on a move or a walk with neighbors and taking up a new sport. Anything like that are high-energy activities if it's something that you're really passionate about. High-energy thoughts and attitudes. Very important. How you think and your willingness and ability to think differently will change your life. There's no question that your thoughts and what you think becomes your reality. So great high-energy thoughts are, I accept my current situation and circumstances. I have faith that everything will work out. I have what it takes to reach my goals. I'm making a fresh start every day. I can choose my pattern at any time. I can get off track and get back on track with my choice. I'm learning every day. I'm growing every day. I am grateful for all of my experiences. My challenges teach me the lessons that I need to learn. I love my life. I love the fact that I have 100 years to express my potential. And these are so many positive thoughts that you could bring and make a part of your life, because remember, your thoughts become your life. One place that I've seen this really be true in talking to businesses and corporations is you ask salespeople or you ask consultants or you ask managers or you ask teachers about what they think is possible for their students, or things like, how much money do you think you could make? And people will say things like $50,000 or $75,000 or $100,000, or they come up with a number, which is an arbitrary number, because we know people that are making lots more than that. And so what's interesting is that what you're willing to think about how much you're willing to make is what you'll bring in terms of value to the world. And so if you change the way you think about your job, your income, your creativity, your talents, your abilities, how you serve, how you work, and how you do things, you could literally change your income overnight by changing the way that you look at the world and changing the way that you think about the world. Try it, and let's see what happens. There are so many high-energy strategies that we've talked about in this session, and let's wrap it up by looking at the action plan for lifelong change. First, take your personal energy inventory and become aware of all the places that you let your energy leak out into the atmosphere. Decide which dominant energy pattern you are in right now chronically and begin to identify your personal human potential pattern and choose to make that new pattern your new 100-year lifestyle. Have a 100% conscious day and shift your energy drainers to energy enhancers and watch your natural state of energy skyrocket. Choose energy-enhancing first thoughts, first actions, and first feelings and reinforce them throughout the day. And then monitor your breathing, monitor your heart rate, monitor your posture, and monitor your personal physiology in your body so that you can really get yourself on track and maintain yourself on track to live in your high energy human potential as a part of your lifestyle. And you'll wake up one day and realize that you have become your own high energy human potential, which really sets the stage for living the quality of life, the sensational century that you and your family and the people that you love truly deserve.
तो दोस्तों, ये थी एक ब्यूटीफुल सी ऑडियो क्लिप और उम्मीद है मुझे कि आपको पसंद आई होगी। हो सकता है कि सारी चीजें आपको हेल्पफुल ना हो, बट ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि जो भी बातें बताई गई उनमें से एक भी चीज आपको हेल्प ना करे। सो गिव इट अ थॉट एंड आई एम श्योर दैट इट विल हेल्प यू आउट एंड इट कैन certainly improve your life for the better। तो दोस्तों, अब बढ़ते हैं आगे इस सेगमेंट से अगले सेगमेंट की। तो I will meet you after a short musical break and then we will enter into an inspirational segment. We will talk about another inspiring personality. So stay tuned and I'll be right back after this musical break.
कभी आईने पे लिखा तुझे, कभी आंसुओं से मिटा दिया, कभी खत समझ के पढ़ा तुझे, कभी डायरी में छुपा दिया। कभी आईने पे लिखा तुझे, कभी आंसुओं से मिटा दिया, कभी खत समझ के पढ़ा तुझे, कभी डायरी में छुपा दिया। एक पल भी तू मुझसे होता नहीं है जुदा। तेरी तमन्ना आँखों में लेके परछाइयों का पीछा किया। तेरी तमन्ना आंखों में लेके परछाइयों का पीछा किया। हर अजनबी से तेरा पता मैं दीवानों की तरह पूछा किया। दीवानों की तरह मैं पूछा किया। कुछ दिन यूं लगता है दिल है कहीं गुमशुदा। जाने कैसे तेरे बिन रोया है पल पल ये दिल मेरा। तू ये न जाने कैसे तेरे बिन रोया है पल पल ये दिल मेरा। किसी ने पूछे न मेरे तो याद आया आंचल तेरा। तो याद आया आंचल तेरा। तन्हाई में अक्सर सुनता हूँ तेरी सदा। खुदा है खुदा
नगमे हैं शिकवे हैं किस्से हैं बातें हैं।
यादें, ये यादें कई बार हंसा जाती हैं हमें, मुस्कुराने पर मजबूर कर जाती हैं हमें, और कई बार रुला देती हैं हमें। फिर वो यादें अपनी जिंदगी की हो या दूसरों से जुड़ी। दोस्तों, ऐसे अनगिनत राज हैं बॉलीवुड में जो आज तक खुले ही नहीं, और अगर खुले भी तो बहुत कम लोग जिन्हें जानते हैं। तो चलिए, कोई बात नहीं, मैं आरजे पुनीत सोनी लेकर आ रहा हूं आपके लिए यादें कही अनकही इस शो में, जिसमें होंगी यादें बॉलीवुड से जुड़ी हुई, होंगे फसाने और उनसे जुड़े तराने। तो सुनना न भूलिए हर मंगलवार रात 10 से 11 यादें कही अनकही, यादें अनकही, यादें अनकही, यादें अनकही, यादें अनकही।
इंस्पिरेशनल विंग्स आरजे दिव्या के साथ।
So now we have reached the third segment, and it is all about motivation, courage, determination and inspiration. So let us talk about another inspiring story of another personality. Ever wonder how to be influential and reach the top of the world? Well, here's the inspiring story of CEO of PepsiCo and the Fortune Time magazine's most influential woman in the world, the Chennai-born Indra Nooyi. It's a simple story of a powerful woman, a story of an Indian girl who came from conservative Chennai to pursue higher studies in the US with little money and no safety net. If she failed, she failed. A story of this determined girl who, while studying in Connecticut, worked as a receptionist from midnight to sunrise to earn money and struggled to put together $50 to buy herself a Western suit for her first job interview out of Yale, where she had just completed her master's. Incidentally, she wasn't comfortable trying out a former Western outfit and ended up buying trousers that reached down only till her ankles. Rejected at the interview, she turned to her professor at the school, who asked her what she would wear if she were to be in India. To her reply that it would be a sari. The professor advised her to be yourself and stick to what she was comfortable with. She wore a sari for her next interview. She got the job and has followed this philosophy for the rest of her career. She has been herself, never tried to change her basic beliefs, derived strength from her traditions and believed in who she is. As she says, I am so secure in myself. I don't have to be American to play in the corporate life. She worked hard and in time was counted as one of the most powerful women in the world by Forbes. Indra Nooyi, President and Chief Financial Officer PepsiCo, a story that is both inspiring in its simplicity and grand in its achievement. It all began years ago in Chennai, where she studied hard in school to get her grades. She remembers how her mother would, after meal every day, ask Indra and her sister what would they like to become when they grew up. They would come up with different ideas and their mother would reward the best idea each day. It forced Indra to think and dream for herself. It was this dream that led her to be a part of the 11th batch of IIM Kolkata. After 2 years of work with Johnson & Johnson and Method Burcell in India, it was this fiery urge that took her to America in 1978, when she left India with barely any money to pursue a management degree from the prestigious Yale Graduate School of Management. Starting off with Boston Consulting Group in 1980, she knew it would be harder work for her than others for 2 reasons. 1, she was a woman, and 2, she wasn't an American but an outsider. She spent 6 years directing international corporate strategy projects at the Boston Consulting Group. Her clients ranged from textiles and consumer goods companies to retailers and especially chemical producers. 6 years later, she joined Motorola in 1986 as the Vice President and Director of Corporate Strategy and Planning. She moved to Asia Brown Boveri in 1990 and spent 4 years as Vice President Corporate Strategy and Planning. She was part of the top management team responsible for the company's US business as well as its worldwide industrial businesses. Generating about 1/3 of ABB's $30 billion in global sales. An interesting tale surrounds her joining PepsiCo in 1994. At that time, she also had an offer from General Electric, one of the world's best-run companies under Jack Welch. The PepsiCo CEO, Wayne Calloway, in a bid to lure her, told her, Jack Welch, GE's legendary boss, is the best CEO I know, and GE is probably the finest company. But I have a need for someone like you, and I would make PepsiCo a special place for you. Nui agreed. She broke the glass ceiling when she was appointed Senior Vice President, Corporate Strategy and Development after joining PepsiCo in 1994. But she knew that getting there was one thing while staying there was another. As Nui says, if you want to reach the top of a company, I agree that it can only happen in the United States. But you have to start off saying that you have got to work twice as hard as your male counterparts. Not only did she work harder than her counterparts, she also made her way up the ladder to become President and Chief Financial Officer of PepsiCo, and was also appointed as a member of Board of Directors of PepsiCo Inc., which she assumed in 2001. सो दोस्तों, और भी बहुत बेहतरीन अचीवमेंट्स हैं अभी इस जर्नी में, तो बने रहिए आप इस इंस्पिरेशनल राइड पे। और एक छोटी सी म्यूजिकल ब्रेक के बाद मिलते हैं वापस इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी ऑफ नुई, द सीईओ ऑफ पेप्सिको। तो बने रहिए और मिलती हूँ मैं आपको इस छोटी सी ब्रेक के बाद। हैप्पी लिसनिंग एंड बी मोटिवेटेड।
क्या आप इच्छुक हैं जानने के लिए भारतीय राज्यों की संस्कृति, पहनावे और खान पान के विषय में?
बड़े सूरजो तारो मारो बने आपनो सूर निरालो।
तो आइए मेरे साथ रेडियो उड़ान पर हर बृहस्पतिवार रात 10 से 11 प्रोग्राम डेट विद अ स्टेट में। इस प्रोग्राम के दौरान आप हमें हमारी स्काइप आईडी रेडियो उड़ान पर कॉल भी कर सकते हैं। अधिक जानकारी के लिए लॉग इन करें www.radioudan.com।
तो दोस्तों, बात चल रही थी इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी की, इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी ऑफ इंदिरा नुई, द सीईओ ऑफ पेप्सिको। चलिए बढ़ाते हैं इस स्टोरी को आगे। Nui was 44 when she joined PepsiCo. Ever since, she has been involved in every major strategic decision the company has made in the last few years. That includes the drive to spin off PepsiCo's fast food chain in 1997, acquiring Tropicana in 1998, and the $13 billion move to acquire Quaker Oats. PepsiCo chief Roger Enrico announced her elevation following the Quaker accusation, saying, Indira's contributions to PepsiCo have been enormous, and she will make a great president. In addition to her new role as president and CFO, Indira will also be nominated for election to the Pepsi board. She is a terrific addition to our world-class board, and her perspective will be invaluable. Indira attributes a lot of Pepsi's success to its great employees. She believes that a company remains great when there's a strong competitor, like Coke. She believes if you have no competition, a company will atrophy. Nui has a unique formula that keeps her work-life balance. She feels that you must have an extended family at work to give you that balance. To keep a company running at top speed, you need to attract the best employees. At PepsiCo, she has ensured that employees actually balance life and work. She views PepsiCo as an extended family, and everybody at the company is there to help in every way possible. Some time ago, when Indira was traveling, her daughter would call the office to ask for permission to play Nintendo. The receptionist would know the routine and ask, "Have you finished your homework? Have you had your snack? Okay, you can play Nintendo for half an hour." She then left a voice message for Indra saying, "I gave Tara permission to play Nintendo." Unheard of in most corporations, it's a team Indra has built up at PepsiCo, which knows each other so well. Despite the monumental successes of her career, Indra Nooyi remains a quintessentially Indian woman who has combined the high-octane energy of her job with the calm, collected demeanor required to manage the equally central responsibility of a mother and a wife. She lives with her husband and 2 daughters in Fairfax County, Connecticut. If you ever visit her Connecticut home, do remember to take your shoes off before entering. If you forget, at least remember to take them off before entering the large puja room where a diya is lit and the inviting air of incense greets you. She keeps an image of Ganesha in her office, and in fact some PepsiCo officials visited India and received similar images. Besides being told of the Hindu belief about Ganesh being the symbols of auspicious beginnings, many of them now keep images of Ganesh in their offices. Nooyi attends PepsiCo board meetings in Asari, for she believes the corporate world appreciates people who are genuine. At work, Nooyi is in the pressure cooker world of intriguing businesses. Multi-million-dollar moves, but when she enters her home, it is like entering a century of calm. She says Carnatic music plays in their home 18 hours a day, and the feeling is much like being in a temple. Does she think her religious convictions help her to do a better job in the corporate world? I don't know about a better job, but it certainly makes me calm, she says. There are times when the stress is so incredible between office and home, trying to be a wife, mother, daughter-in-law and corporate executive. Then you close your eyes and think about a temple like Tirupati and suddenly you feel, hey, I can take on the world. Hinduism floats around you and makes you feel somehow invincible. Is it tough being a mother and a corporate executive? Nooyi answered, rather admits it is difficult. You can walk away from the fact that you are a corporate executive, but you can't walk away from the fact that you are a mother. In terms of being a mother, and a corporate executive, the role of mom comes first. She believes that her husband has been a great source of strength for her. Adds Nui on a Parker tone. Always pick the right husband. I have a fantastically supportive husband. What sees her through tough times. My family and my belief in God. If all else fails, I call my mother in India when she is there and wake her up in the middle of the night, and she listens to me, and she probably promises God a visit to Tirupati. Nui has always seen the world through the prism of her mother's faith and believes and calls her the guiding light in her life. तो listeners, ये थी एक inspiring, truly inspiring and success story of Nui, Indra Nui, CEO of PepsiCo. तो दोस्तों, ये इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरी मुझे उम्मीद है हम सभी को पसंद आई होगी. तो always have faith in God and in yourself. Never change and be yourself. तो अब बढ़ते हैं अगले सेगमेंट की ओर. But before that, I have to take a musical break. See you after this musical break.
कतरा रंग हो को पिए
दोस्तों, आज समय नहीं रहा कि मैं आपसे ज्यादा बात कर सकूं, पर जल्दी से आपको याद दिला देती हूं कि अपनी व्यूज, फीडबैक्स और आइडियाज के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट विजिट कीजिए www.radioudan.com। आप हमें फेसबुक पे भी लाइक कर सकते हैं, रेडियो उड़ान के नाम से पेज है हमारा, और आप स्काइप पे भी रेडियो उड़ान है हमारा आईडी, तो ऐड करें। तो अभी मुझे जाना होगा, पर मैं आपको मिलूंगी द वेरी सेम डे, थर्सडे, द वेरी सेम टाइम, 9 to 10, only on Radio Udaan, a flight of life. Coming up next is Jyoti Malik with the show A Date with the State. तो आप बने रहिए रेडियो उड़ान के सफर पे। मैं लेती हूँ आपसे इजाजत, आपकी होस्ट एंड दोस्त आरजे दिव्या शर्मा। गुड लक, बेस्ट विशेस एंड कीप इंस्पायरिंग।
Hehehe